Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Our View, the podcast. I'm your host, Arthur Aston, and it feels really good to say that again. It's been quite some time. In fact, it's been over a year since we posted a new episode here on the podcast, and I'm excited to be back with brand new episodes this season. Before we dive into new conversations with our amazing guests, I wanted to take some time to reconnect with you, our listeners, and give you a little update on where we started and most importantly, share where we're heading. In order to share with you where we're headed, I have to start with where we began, how we got started. So let's rewind just a little bit and share the story of Our View. Our View, the podcast, was officially launched in June of 2020, and it was created as an extension of the work I was already doing under the name of Our View. Advocacy work that focused on educating, raising awareness, and changing the tone of conversation about disabilities. Now, if we think back to early 2020, most of us remember what dominated the news cycle at that time, the COVID-19 pandemic. By March, the world had shut down, schools were moved online, businesses shifted to remote work, and just like all of them, in-person presentations that I was doing, school assemblies and programs that were scheduled through Our View were canceled or postponed indefinitely. I wanted to find a way to share the message and continue the mission of educating, raising awareness, and changing the tone of conversation about disabilities. So I grabbed a microphone and a webcam and I started recording. I joined a bunch of Facebook groups for podcasters, and at that time there was an app called Clubhouse. It was kind of like the old school AOL chat rooms, except it was all voice based. So there were many rooms centered around disability conversations, and those spaces helped me connect with so many of my guests during those first early episodes of the podcast. That's how Our View the podcast began, and over the last few years, it has grown into something really special. We've had powerful, honest conversations with people from the disability community and those connected to the disability community, and I'm incredibly grateful to all of you who have listened and supported the podcast, and to those of you who have been a guest on the podcast so far. Now, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on behind the scenes over the past year since we've posted a new episode. Some of you may have heard me mention on past episodes that I work as executive director of a nonprofit called Build Jake's Place. For those of you who don't know, who may be new to the podcast, Jake's Place is a nonprofit organization based in New Jersey that was created in memory of Jake Nasto. Our mission at Jake's Place is to create inclusive play experiences, and we've been able to build two inclusive playgrounds here in New Jersey. Our first playground opened in October of 2011, and our second playground opened in the summer of 2019. In 2018, something amazing happened here in New Jersey. We had a law passed called Jake's Law that allows for counties, townships, and municipalities to apply for grants to build new inclusive playgrounds through a Green Acres program. Thanks to this law, 97 new inclusive playgrounds have been approved to be built throughout the state of New Jersey. That is such incredible progress that none of us could have ever imagined. Because of this success, the co-founders of Jake's Place recently decided that it was time for a change. They felt the original mission to build new inclusive play spaces had been accomplished, but they also recognized that the work must continue, especially with some of the most impactful programs that we operate, like the Camden County, New Jersey Miracle League, which is a baseball league for children and adults with disabilities that now has over 100 players since we began playing in 2014. So, after much thought and careful planning, I'm proud to officially share that Build Jake's Place has changed its name, and we are now operating under the name of Our View. I will remain in my role as executive director of the nonprofit, and I will continue the work that both organizations have done, now united under a new name, one mission, and one expanded purpose. Our updated mission reflects this broader focus. We remain committed to educating, raising awareness, and changing the tone of conversation about disabilities and how society views people with disabilities, and just as importantly, how people with disabilities view themselves. We've been hard at work on this transition for several months now, and honestly, I have a mix of emotions. I'm humbled, I'm excited, and I'm incredibly fulfilled. Under our view, we'll continue to provide inclusive play opportunities, school and community programs, advocate for accessibility and inclusion, and share our knowledge with others who are doing this important work. We've also developed a new board of passionate individuals who are ready to help and lead this next chapter with intention and energy. And yes, Our View the podcast is part of that next chapter. I'm so happy to say that new episodes are on the way. Please stay tuned. New episodes will be dropping very soon. And as always, we invite you to see the world from our view. This is Our View, the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We are stepping up our production and will be releasing new episodes every week. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast and also on our YouTube channel, Our View, the podcast. If you have a story related to disabilities that you would like to share on the podcast, please email me at art@our-view.com. We thank you for being a loyal listener and look forward to bringing you great disability-related content.